What's up, everyone? How's it going? Happy 2 years in business for me. When I first opened this store, let me explain to you my reasoning on opening this store. So when I first opened this store, I was doing another business as well. I was doing a lot of what is called, in the industry, it's arbitrage with other third-party websites, a lot of e-commerce, a lot of liquidations through Amazon. So, welcome to Coffee and Cards. So, also, I still want to make these talking head videos of me just chilling and talking into the camera. So I figured we'll do 1 or 2 of these a week and one highly edited, trying to catch a wider audience. But these, I still want to keep genuine, unedited, and just me talking to the camera, sort of ranting and explaining my frustrations and all that jazz. So, when I first opened this store, I was doing another business, working full-time, and, hating where I was in my actual career path, which was I worked for a major beverage manufacturer, alcoholic beverage manufacturer in logistics. Loading tractor trailers, same thing as majority, very blue collar. Good, we made good money. It wasn't like I was destitute. I wasn't, I wasn't broke. So, but I wasn't happy. And you know what they say, if you find something that you would do for free and work towards that in order to make money, and you'll never be unhappy again. I could just say that with 100% certainty. So the whole reason why I opened the store was to pretty much have a storefront, because me personally, I love trading cards. I love Magic. I love Pokemon. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love all those things. I might not know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I could still appreciate the artwork and the cards themselves. Same thing with, I know how to play Pokemon, I know how to play Magic, but same thing, I don't play them anymore just because I don't have the time. But I could still appreciate the artwork and the work that goes into making the product and the people. We had the Age of Overlord sneak peek yesterday, which is like a pre-release event. It went really well. A little bit worse than I thought. We only had 22 people, I believe. 22. Which is, on par with Pokemon. Magic, we normally get a lot more for pre-release. We normally get 30, 35. So, not as good as a Magic pre-release, but it was our second one. And the community is really growing at a rapid rate, which is awesome. Love it. It's great. So, the whole reason why I opened this place was to get an actual storefront to get cards at a wholesale price and pretty much live the dream. Buy cards, sell cards, and work full-time at my other job. And I was like, worst case scenario, as long as I could cover the rent through my Amazon business, I'm good. I don't care. But as the day I opened the door and I see the amount of people that came and I see what the potential of it is, I immediately abandoned my other business. I was just like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. This is going to be my thing. This is what I'm doing, and I don't want to do the rest. Because, like any business, my other Amazon business was it took a lot of my time between packing, prepping, getting shipments filled, doing truckload, doing getting freight forwarders. It was a lot. And I was doing it for the first like 2 or 3 months that I was open, but it very quickly just fell by the wayside. I mean, we still utilize Amazon, but for the collectible thing. So that was the whole point of actually opening up a brick and mortar store, was just to be able to get my hands on the cards at a wholesale price, which now, being behind the curtain, the amount you pay for something on the secondary market is almost the price you get at wholesale. So guys, if your whole thing of opening a store is you want to get cards at wholesale price, just buy on eBay. You got it at wholesale, or as close to wholesale as it's gonna get. So there's that. So we hit the 2-year mark, and now we got to reevaluate. So I have another 3 years left on my lease in this building, and I could tell you probably with 99% certainty that I'm not going to renew my lease. So that brings in the question of, do I still want to do this in 3 years, or do I want to open a different business and do something else? That's going to be the $1 million question, because I love what I do. I love this. I love cards. I love meeting new people. I love when a new person walks through the door, especially if they haven't been here in a while with the remodel and everything. They're like, whoa, like that. You can't buy that. That's something that no money on this planet could fill. Like, it's such a good, rewarding thing. So there's that, and then there's the opposite side of the bad customers, the shitty people, which you remember those more than you remember the great ones, because the asshole customers, and they do exist, they're not always right, they stick in your brain a lot more because they make you more angry. But believe me, there's for every 100 great customers, there's one bad one. So it's not all doom and gloom. So do I really want to do this in another 3 years, or another 30 years, or another 40 years? But as we grow year over year, which we have, first year to second year, we've I think 50x'd our inventory and all of our cash flow, everything, which is good. But as much as you grow, the more bloat you get, the more more shrink, more everything. So you have to sell and work so much harder to make more revenue. Just because of the sheer fact of space, logistics, this, that, and the other thing. In a perfect world, my store would be 4,000 square feet, and my back-end warehouse would be 3,000 or 4,000 square feet as well. That's the perfect world where, I don't have to... Because if you really think about it, my warehouse is adjacent to my building, and it's upstairs. So, like, every time I get a pallet delivery, I have to, first off, accept the pallet. Then I need 2 people, or most of the time I do it alone. So if I'm alone, I have to then break down the pallet, bring it into the store, then grab my hand truck, and hand truck load by hand truck load, bring it to the warehouse, locking the store door, going to the warehouse, doing that, going up the stairs, and it's a nightmare. And so in a perfect world, they'd be located in the same spot, attached. But that is very expensive. Like right now in New Jersey, retail space is probably around $25 a square foot on average, 26, 27. Industrial, which is like warehouse space, is around $15. So it's a lot cheaper. And when they're both married together, like warehouse space and retail, it's even more. It's probably around $30 to $35 a square foot, which probably renting that amount of space would be probably $15,000 a month in rent, which is, I know, crazy. More than our total bills combined in just rent. So that leads me to my reasoning of, do I still want to do this in 3 years? Just because the sheer logistics and operational costs to run this type of business and the cost of the product very, very farly outweighs the potential profit in it. Unless the secondary market was strong, which Magic's secondary market was always very strong, especially with trade-ins. But as you know, they continuously reprint every card in existence and make it worth nothing. I know these are game pieces and should be cheap, but also you do want your collection to be worth money. And it's no longer that at all. Everyone wants, people order 37 exotic orchards. They're 11 cents each because they're building their 57th Commander deck. They all want those really low-end cheap cards. Those $20, $30, $40 cards, they want one, and they'll swap it between their 37 decks. So that's why the higher-end cards are getting reprinted at the rate and velocity they're getting reprinted. Is because Wizards of the Coast are not stupid. They're smart people. They have teams of economists, experts, all doing. This is what they do. Just like this is what I do. Like I sell the secondhand product, so I know the market, or at least I pretend to know the market. I think I know. You have to evolve. You have to move. You have to be fluid. You have to be like water, man. You got to just get in the cracks everywhere. But 3 more years here. It's definitely not staying here. I'll tell you that much. Just because of our location, where we're located, we're kind of in the cut in a shopping center, kind of off the beaten path a little bit. There is a main road right here, but I get no walk-in traffic. It's not. Again, bringing back to my first part of why I opened this store was just to get a storefront, to get product at wholesale. Which, looking back now, you moron. But would I change it? Absolutely not. Never in a million years. And, if I want to do something else in the future, I'll do something else in the future. But I can almost guarantee that it'll be trading card related. Whether it's just running a massive warehouse where I fulfill, orders like a retail distributor type thing. Those do exist. There are distributors that were distributors in the past but are no longer distributors but are still distributors because they could buy wholesale directly from the company, but you can't buy from them as a store because they only buy for themselves and then sell on third-party websites. Oh, it's so confusing. It gives me a migraine. But those people exist. They're a thing. And it does require a very, very sizable amount of capital to become a wholesale distributor for these companies because the minimum orders quantities, the MOQs for distribution level accounts with the company are 7 figures. So just that alone, you need 7 figures in order to play ball with them. We're not at that yet. We're not even close. I'm lucky to scrounge up 5 to 6 figures for anything. So 7 figures is very much out of reach. But not saying it can't be done. So happy 2 years to RNG-Gamez. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. You guys are the reason why this place is where it's at. Who knows where I'd be without, YouTube and Patreon. Patreon is full, by the way. We do open slots very sporadically, but I never really tell people when it's opening. So normally what I do is I'll post on Patreon that I open some spots, and the people that aren't waiting, are in the $5 tier, hop in. So that's pretty much the only way to be notified, or you just check in sporadically. It's always same thing with restocks. We had a Pokemon 151 UPC second wave restock, and I think I posted it at 11:30 at night. Hey guys, get your orders in for the restock. So just to make it fair, keep people on the same playing field and stuff like that. I don't know. I like to do things like that, the kind of secret drops and things like that. So we'll do a few videos of me just talking to the camera, talking about life, talking about stuff, and then we'll do one highly edited video. And yes, that is a mural I'm getting painted. I know I didn't discuss it this whole video. I'm leaving it for the 16-minute mark, 15-minute mark, wherever we're at. But happy 2 years. We'll see what the next 3 years bring, and I hope you follow along and enjoy your stay, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.